Hey guys, this is Outdoor Manly bringing you another gear review. This right here that I'm playing with, this is the 4.7's 360 headlamp. I bought this from Blade HQ, and it comes in what's called the 360 headlamp kit, but I guess it's the same thing. Anyways, so yeah, it's just a headlight, right? So after a lot of research and a lot of messing around with other lights, I decided to go for this one for a few key reasons. You guys may or may not agree with me, but hey, I'll give you pros and cons about this light, what I think of it, why I think you guys should get it too. As a great addition to pretty much any kit. I mean, this light is awesome. So let's kind of dive into it. So I do like races or camping, everything like that, and I use headlamps a lot. And so I expect, a decent degree of quality from them. One time I bought an Energizer one, and it just sucked, man. I hated that thing so much. I was really envious of others, that had nicer headlamps because, they could do a lot more, see a lot more, perform better. But I don't know, it just never really got budget priority, if that makes sense. Other things always had the priority. So anyways, when time came, I did my research, tried to find the cheapest alternative. And lo and behold, this one was cheapest, and I'll tell you why. The actual headlamp kit, this is only $10. This and all the other things that come with that I'll show you. But I had already bought the light portion. Like I said, totally unbeknownst to me, I'd already bought the light portion that fits in here. And that light portion was, I initially bought this. This is the 4.7's Mini ML. So this little light I just bought as like a keychain light. It has like a little, there it is. It has like a little hole in it, you can kind of stick it on a keychain. It's just a little tiny CR123 light, and it's, super bright for what it is. I think it's like 220 lumens, and it just, rules. And so I was like, oh man, I already have this light, so why not just spend $10 and get, one of the best headlights that I think that's on the market. So to kind of lay out some of the features of this light, obviously you know that the light is detachable. I'll jump into that here. It's really, really well done elastic band here. I mean, it's really stretchy, and it has this, obviously it tightens down your head, so if you have a massive head like me, you can really cinch it down, and get you like a big, huge head up here and a little skinny part and a big, huge head in the bottom so it doesn't fall off. And, beyond that's really the best construction. I mean, I've felt quite a few, and this is pretty good stuff. And this hasn't frayed on me at all, and I've thrown this in bags and kept it in there and been thrown down hills and stuff, and it's really nice. Like, I was genuinely surprised. I've had this around fires, too. There's no bubbling, melting, fraying, anything like that, so it's worked really great. The first one of these I did get straight out of the box, though, one of these little clips right here. One of them was broken, so just imagine this gone, and so it pretty much renders it useless. So I had to go and get that replaced, which sucked, but Blade HQ swapped it out for free, so, good job, you guys. Let me kind of show you what comes in the kit here. It comes with a bunch of these little adapters. These adapters fit different lights. So this one, for example, I just keep in there so that I can fit this. This light I picked up just a couple weeks ago. 4.7's Atom M. You can't really see it. Anyways, Atom M. And this is just a little magnet light. And this adapter makes the Atom M fit more securely into the light. It has these little prongs, these little snap prongs on the sides of it and there's teeth too right there that lock into the body of the light. The plate at the bottom is also magnetic as well, or it has a piece of metal in it, if I say. And this light, since it has a magnetic base, kind of attaches to it, and so it secures itself pretty good, but this little ring around it is what really locks it down. And then for a third layer of, I guess, security, it comes with, I'm trying to get it off here, okay, it comes with a bunch of these little O-rings, and this O-ring goes around this light specifically. I usually keep it on the light, I just took it off to show you guys, and so you roll it up on the base of it, and you put the light into here, and it fits really snugly. I mean, it's like, and then it sounds just like that. And it kind of creates a little suction thing going on when you have this already in the light itself. So you just kind of feel around for the holes, push it down into it, and it clicks, really firmly into place. and just like that, roll the O-ring on. So I usually leave the O-ring right about, just kind of there, because when you push it in, it'll roll up. And so you just push it in like that, and that thing's in there now. And the cool thing about the 360 headlight, which is one of the reasons why I got it, is that it'll turn 360 degrees. And I mean, it's just on this axis, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, you can't have it pointing back at your head, but it can, so you can bend it to any way, and you can hear those really, tactile kind of, not tactile. It really resonates when you click, if that makes sense. It's very loud, so you know when it's moving, and it's very stiff, which is great, so it won't just flop down on you and you have no idea. So I really like that portion, but the coolest thing is that I can wear a hat with this guy and have this on the side of my head. Because as many of you hopefully know, if you wear a hat, the bill will obstruct the light coming forth out of it. So if you wear this on the side of your head, kind of, at this orientation, I usually kind of point a little bit lower so I can kind of see where I'm walking, and just wear it like that right on the side of my hat. It works great. This thing is awesome. It fits really snugly, like I said, and jumping back into the O-rings, it comes with a few bags. They're all adequately marked, so this one fit for ML, obviously, and it comes with doubles too, which is huge for me because I lose stuff a lot. So here's my ML ring, and yeah, here's my light. So I just slipped the ring on this light. Since this light is already fat enough to fit into the base, what you do is you take out your light first, that's already in there, with the base. So take both of those out, and then you'd put on O-ring onto this light here. And I usually do it from the top on this light just because there's like a little sharp portion on the bottom. And you just slide it down on the top onto the body, kind of just like that. I just hike it all the way down so that it'll scoot up as I push it in. And put it in the base, push it down. This one, the ML series, is the one that really lock in there. At least this mini ML does. And this is definitely the tightest fitting. Anyways, it's a cool little light. It's a cool little headlamp. I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, I mean, I guess to level some criticisms at the design, this whole design right here has a lot of moving parts. I mean, so you have this that moves up and down, right? So let's just call that the x-axis. I'm sorry, that's the y-axis. So yeah, let's just call this the y-axis since it moves up and down. And you have the base that moves on the x-axis, which is left and right. Let's just say for this angle that we're working with here. So there's a bunch of different teeth in there. I can't really show you. You have to look. Well, you kind of have to take it apart. I took it apart and kind of checked it out. But anyways, there's a bunch of teeth in there. And if one of those teeth break, then you pretty much can't use a couple different settings because it'll just, wobble in there really bad. So there is a lot of moving parts to this. I can kind of show you some of the teeth here on the back. That's kind of what's going on. There's a little clip in there that skips along those teeth that locks it down. So I am scared sometimes that if I drop it, a piece of this plastic body might break off and then I'd be hosed, basically. With other lights, not so much. It's just a piece of metal on the band, and that is a lot more secure, I think, than a bunch of pretty brittle plastic, I feel like. The walls on this are not very thick at all. I mean, it's really thin. And, but I mean, beyond that, this has been a great headlamp. I've kept this in my EDC day bag, and, I've thrown that thing around. I haven't had any issues with this yet. I've had it in there for like 2 months, and I've owned the light for about 4, so I've taken on quite a few outings. And I have dropped it onto rocks and stuff. It hasn't damaged it at all. I'm just always nervous when it comes to plastic, which all of you should be, since I've already gotten one of these that had a broken piece right out of the box. But yeah, I mean, so it comes with a bunch of these O-rings. It comes with a few of these little adapters right here to fit different 4.7s lights. This will only take 4.7s lights, so be forewarned. Only 4.7s lights will go into this. And so there's a couple different of these adapters to make sure it'll fit all these different lights. So I think you have the ML series, the Atom series, and I know there was an older Atom light. I'm not sure the name right now, but they used to call it the A0. Anyways, that one will still fit in here, but the newer version of that light will not. So anyways, there's a bunch of instructions and everything like that as well. And you can find a full list of like light compatibilities on the website. I'll probably just throw a link on there so you guys can check out what 4.7s claims. There's a bunch of cool things you can do with it. I mean, I think it's a good product for the money. If you've already, bought into these, I definitely think that it's a good product for the money. These little flashlights are kind of spendy, just for reference. This one was like $20. I guess that's not too spendy considering these are like totally 100% waterproof. So this one's like $20. This one right here was like $35. So definitely a little bit spendier, but like I said, I had already had this, so it was pretty much a done deal for me. For $10, if you can use an existing light and get a headlamp kit, for everything for $10, I think that's well worth it. To kind of, I guess, elaborate on why this design was so attractive to me, I like the removable light portion. I like being able to swap out lights, because on the other ones, just like a more generic model, it's typically just this goes right over your forehead, and it just has a whole light fixture like this, and it's facing outwards. If one of those LEDs go out, you're pretty much done. I mean, sure, the other LEDs might work if it's a multiple LED light, but there's not really much you can do in the way of replacing, fixing, or anything like that. So kind of all in one deal. I like having removable pieces, even though that adds more complexity to my, to everything that I have. It gives me more options as far as what I can do with them. So I can carry this light in my pocket and then carry this somewhere else, if that makes sense. So then I have a 2-in-1 deal. Yeah, so I might, use this a lot more, therefore it might go dead faster, but something has to be said for the fact of I always have a light on me now. And I pretty much only have to carry around an elastic band that collapses up pretty small. I mean, you can fit it kind of in your hand. And, I mean, personally, I find that valuable just because I can stuff this somewhere and then still have my light. And then when it comes time for, when it kind of gets dark outside, I can just throw this in there. Then I have a whole headlamp. If you guys have any different, opinions, please let me know. I think it's a good design. I think it's a solid piece of gear you guys should definitely invest in. A good headlight is something that a lot of people are looking for, and I think 4.7s really did a good job with this one. So, anyways, guys, thanks for checking out my review. It's Outdoor Manly, out.